The Iron Triangle, the relationship of scope, cost, and time in project management, produced by IST 302, Section 1, Team 2. Members are David Logan, Nicole Kirkwood, Ray Vasquez, Brooke Westlake, and Christi Wynter. The Iron Triangle, or the triple constraint of project management, is a relationship between three main aspects of every project: scope, cost, and time. Visualized as a triangle, the three aspects used together enables project management to make better choices when trade-offs are necessary. Adjusting one side of the triangle affects the two other sides. The Iron Triangle is used to compare and optimize a project by determining what can and cannot be changed, or where the focus needs to be in order to improve overall quality. The main objective when using the Iron Triangle project model is about balancing each constraint to make a successful conclusion. The scope of a project is defined as a statement or goal for what functions or features the project will contain. The scope will also contain information as to what the desired outcome or output of the project will be. The cost of a project is defined as the total value of money, resources such as materials and software, and manpower is needed to complete a project. The time of a project is defined as the estimate of time needed to complete the task as a whole, as well as each individual component of the project. The Iron Triangle project model functions by making allowances where needed to balance the relationship between these triple constraints. However, even with thorough planning, projects always have unpredictable circumstances and uncertainty that will affect the relationship between time, cost, and scope. Certain portions can take longer than expected, making the project exceed its time budget. Going over the time budget could lead to additional expenses exceeding the cost budget. Many factors such as poor planning, poor management, or poor control procedures could result in unrealized aspects of the project and redefining the scope. This is referred to as scope creep. Scope creep in project management refers to uncontrolled changes or continuous growth in a project scope. This can occur when the scope of a project is not properly defined, documented, or controlled. It is generally considered harmful. A good project manager will need to manage the Iron Triangle and sometimes make adjustments in order to complete a project. If not managed well, a project could fail and never be completed. The Iron Triangle is utilized by project managers to help visualize the relationship between the scope, cost, and time constraints that are present in every project. The Iron Triangle also acts as a visual reminder that any changes made to one of the constraints will have effects on at least one of the other constraints. The Iron Triangle can also be used to demonstrate the relationship between each of the constraints and other persons involved in the project itself, or to the stakeholders or investors who have their money tied to the project. Throughout history, the Iron Triangle has taken many forms. As a model of project management, it was first noted by Dr. Martin Barnes in 1969 in a course he developed called Time and Money in Contract Control. Dr. Barnes described the Iron Triangle of time, costs, and output, with output being the correct scope at the correct quality. While all three elements have always been important, the evolution of scope and cost control into relatively precise processes occurred within the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century. While time control was important, scheduling lacked science and recognition until very much later. In fact, there was no general recognition of scheduling as a special project management process until the marketing of CPM by Mockley and Associates brought this third element of the Iron Triangle to public attention in the early 1960s, and Dr. Barnes did the connecting a few years later. Although still widely used as a conceptual tool for project management planning, in recent years many have expressed their dissent for the Iron Triangle's use as a tool to evaluate the success of projects. Most opponents of the Iron Triangle believe that it is outdated, but many others have stated that they believe the Iron Triangle model itself is conceptually wrong. Those who believe that the Iron Triangle is outdated believe that the uncertainty inherent in the current economic environment makes it a necessity to constantly reevaluate the baseline of projects and feel that the current Iron Triangle model does not reflect that. Other dissenters believe that the iron triangle model is conceptually wrong because the assertion that time, scope, and cost are related such that changes to any one constraint will affect other constraints is not supported by available data. While project managers have typically only focused on scope, time, and cost, new ideas for project management have evolved that places more emphasis on quality. Completing a project within the allotted time and within budget is important, but if the finished goods or service lacks quality, sponsors and customers may not be happy with the results. Newer project management strategies, such as the Agile and Diamond systems, include quality as an important factor, and today's managers refer to the quadruple constraints when managing projects. While it is impossible to predict the future, it is reasonable to expect that project management will continue to evolve. Today's projects are becoming more virtualized, with team members working in all areas of the world, coming together to create products and services. The only constant will be change. Managers will need to adapt to the changes in technology as things like social media, advanced hardware, and newer project management software change the way we manage people and products. Those managers who embrace these changes will be successful and lead the way in the future of project management. This video project was produced using the following resources: Microsoft PowerPoint for video, GarageBand and iTunes audio, Google Documents for script compilation. A full list of references is available in the comments below.